They say, for example, the higher you earn as a woman, the smaller your percentage of men to choose from is, because most women want a man that earns more than them.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing what happens when a woman earns more than a man. Now this video is inspired by a particular topic where I saw people saying, why do men feel attacked when a woman earns more than them? So in this video we're going to check out what people think about what happens to a relationship when the woman is earning more than the man, and what men feel like when their women are earning more than them. And then I'll come back to share my own thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, let's get into this video.
Why do you see her making more money than you as an attack on you, on your masculinity?
What is sure?
Why?
Yeah.
One of the things that I used to do as a man in a household, it would actually say, when she gets a bonus, from the bonus money, is there anything that you personally want?
Sure.
Like, it doesn't have to anything to do with the kids.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you want with the money that you have worked hard for?
Sure.
So she had a lot of say as far as even the cars, and she was for, even the kids, in terms of where the kids are gonna want to go to school, and we'll sit down and with the budget. And then we went, and her voice was very important to some of those decisions.
Yes,
honoring the fact that she is contributing.
Yeah,
but also for me as the head of the household, it's understanding that when we get acknowledged for our work, we get motivated.
Yep,
it's human nature.
That's true.
If you are attacking me for my contribution and you're feeling like, oh, you're trying to make me feel like I'm less because you're bringing in the money, why do you see it that way?
Yeah.
Why do you see her making more money than you as an attack on you, on your masculinity? Why can it not be, oh my goodness, guys, that's mine?
Yeah.
She is kicking it at work. She's killing it at work, man.
Yeah.
She is speaking some serious English there.
Exactly. It's what you were saying earlier on, that her making more money as your helper, she's helping the family.
Yeah.
So why do you find it hard in and of yourself as a man? Where are the insecurities? Where do they lie that you don't see your wife making more money as help to the family? Her success is our success.
Yeah.
Right? So
there's a very simple reason why most men are going to feel very uncomfortable with their woman being more successful than them. It can be very triggering to a man's fragile ego when his woman makes more money than him, because in society, the man is always told, you need to be the provider, you need to show up, get to work, and make money for your family. And I actually agree with most of that. I think a man needs to be a very strong provider. Money is one way that he can do it, but if he's not the more successful one in the relationship where he's providing with money, he absolutely has to be able to make up for it by providing emotionally, supportively, in so many other ways instead of with just money. And I think that a woman providing financially more in the relationship can be okay for a temporary solution. But if the relationship continues and the man isn't able to make more money and provide financially, then I think overall long-term, he's going to have a really hard time with it. And his woman might even end up resenting him because she's going to feel more thrust into her masculine energy because she's the one literally financially providing and he's unable to do so.
Women are making more than men now, and women are looking for hypergamy. They're graduating colleges. They're looking for men that makes more than them, more educated than them, taller than them. They're looking for like that top percentage of men, and it's a really small percentage.
I feel like based off where we are in society, a lot of women are more so masculine, and a lot of men are becoming more feminine because of that.
Women just want the men to come with it. They don't want to build with men nowadays because of opportunities that women have now. Even like with corporate positions, like they will hire a black educated woman over a black educated man.
Hard to find a man that makes more money than I do. So I'm dating someone who
pause.
is
It's hard to find a man that makes more money than I do.
Because like the guys who are, they're not coming at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to be a very secure man to step to a woman
Yep.
that is making what I make and living the way I live to not feel inferior.
Yeah.
And I do my best to make sure that like my person doesn't feel that way. But it's really up to you how you really feel and how you carry that. I just started dating again last year because I was so buried in work.
Yeah.
I wasn't even, if I wasn't working, I was sleeping, you know?
Got you.
So finding someone that can come in and be like, babe, I'm proud of you. Do your thing.
Yeah.
All right. I know this month you gotta shoot. So I'll make sure that you at least got some food when you come home. Like those things. I was dating a dude and I literally was like working like 18-hour days. Like we were working some long days. And by the time I wrapped, the same dishes that were in my sink when I reported to work were still in the sink when I wrapped. And I was like, you couldn't have done that. All you doing is going to the gym every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And chilling.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
They say, for example, the higher you earn as a woman, the smaller your percentage of men to choose from is, because most women want a man that earns more than them.
Yeah.
But when you're top earning like that, what's the average of men that are earning
Higher than
in
you.
parallel to you?
Okay.
And then I feel like as you get older as a woman, your priorities might change. So are you then happy when you're the CEO of this company, but then you don't have a husband, you don't have no kids, you just have money?
Yeah.
Who to spend it with?
Chime in. Would you ever date a girl that makes more money than you?
I've been married for 16 years and my wife has always made more
Wow.
money than me. In fact, she has consistently doubled my
Really?
income over the years. Making money isn't what makes me who I am. It's not what gives me value. When I think of what I bring to the table, it's my mental and emotional security. I feel like over the years I've been a very calming presence for my wife and for my family. My wife really appreciates that I'm flexible. Because of the jobs I've done over the years, I've always been very available. If the kids get sick, I can stay home. If there's an emergency, I can take care of it. And it's not because I'm lazy or have bad work ethic, it's because I've chosen a career path that looks different. I've done a lot of jobs in the arts and in community building and in activism and educational workshops, a lot of different things that don't follow this 9 to 5 mentality. My wife is extremely intelligent. She has 2 bachelor's degrees and 2 master's degrees. She doesn't need me to make money. She can do that on her own. But we both understand that I'm not less valuable because I make less money. And I think more than anything, my ability to adapt and adjust is the number one thing that I've offered to my family. When we needed more money, I worked more hours. But then I was a stay-at-home dad when that's what our family needed. And I've always put a lot of energy into fostering a loving and supportive environment in our household. Because I think that having a healthy and loving environment in my own home, especially for my son, is worth more than any paycheck. And also, if you have the opportunity to have a badass corporate wife, why would you not take it? Because there is no way I could do her job reading contracts all day. No. But I am delighted that she enjoys doing that work.
You might marry a woman and she makes more money than you. There ain't no problem. That's part of her crown.
Yeah.
She can make more money than you. Just don't make her take care of you. Oh, I'm going to say that again. I said, just don't make her take care of you. I said, just don't make her take care. She already got kids. You can't be a kid.
Okay, not bad.
Am I preaching the truth in here? Either. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in here. I'm gonna empty the pistol today. Excuse me, I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna empty my heart. My wife delivered 3 children. We have 3 children. She delivered all 3 of them. Each pregnancy was different, but all of them, I saw her go through contractions and labor and pain and all that, episiotomy and pain. It was a lot of pain. I remember the 3rd one was the hardest. Our youngest was the hardest pregnancy. She was screaming she was in so much pain. And when I went back to work the day after my youngest son was born, they said, how'd it go? I said, it was a lot of screaming, a lot of hollering, a lot of bleeding, but I made it.
That's not supposed to be. What you doing?
But every time I took her to the hospital, I stood by her side. But I never entered into her labor. She carried it. She carried it. She was throwing up. Her nose spread. Her body blew up. Her feet were so big, she wearing Timberlands. You know what I'm saying? She went through contractions. I never entered her labor, so why should she have to enter mine? We're making women do stuff they weren't built to do. I'm telling you what I know. They ain't even supposed to be built to do that. And we're making them do it. They had to get tough. They had to get hard. They had to get gangster because we weren't in place. We weren't in place. But I speak to every man in this church under my teaching right now. I speak prosperity over your life. I speak ideas. You are a provider. You are a man who can take care of your family. The devil is a lie. I speak wealth into your life. You are a great employee. You have great ideas. And God will give you visions and dreams to provide for your family. I decree that in your life. And you are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are the lender and not the borrower. And God is the God who gives you power to get wealth. You can do this.
There's a man who makes less than his wife, right? He goes to her and he says, you know what, boo? I know you want that backyard fence. I'm going to save my next 2 paychecks. I'm going to put some money away from the next 2 checks and build that fence. Your wife make more money than you. So you know what she says? I'll take my money and pay for it now so we can get it right now. This is the reason and the way that a man will feel small with a woman who make more than him. Mm-hmm. Because your question would probably be, about what should she do in the situation? I mean, she has more money. They could get it now. He just told his lady his plan, and she stepped on it with her wallet.
Oh, brother. You know, I said these podcast pals, these podcast brothers are they're always single. They're never in long-term committed relationships, and they're never married. And then you have 2 single dudes making up a hypothetical situation about a hypothetical marriage that doesn't exist to put some point out there that women making more money than men step on men's plans and you shouldn't date, like that whole topic. First off, you said they're married, and majority of married people work together in order to obtain things. So if my wife makes more and I make XYZ, we put it together, we have one pot of money. Right? But again, we're talking about guys who aren't married. Okay? So they don't know what happens, right? They don't know how this shit works. It has nothing. Let's just say his wife did do that. In this hypothetical Tyler Perry situation, his wife did do that. The problem isn't that his wife makes more money than him. The problem would be simply that his wife does not respect him. And if he did marry a woman that does not respect him, that is not her fault. That is his fault. Because why would you marry a woman that does not heed your word or respect your word? See, but if they were in a marriage and they were in a functioning marriage and relationship, they would understand that, hey, if you ain't got it, I got it. And if I ain't got it, you got it. They would understand that it takes 2 people coming together to move towards one goal. And that if I didn't have the money to get the fence right now, and my wife has the fence to get right now, she's going to go get the fence. I'm gonna schedule the appointment, and she's going to turn around and pay for it. See, but y'all got too much ego walking around. That's why y'all aren't husbands leading households, because y'all let ego and pride get in the way of how things are supposed to run, because the woman's supposed to submit to me and Up until the pandemic and I started hitting my financial stride, my wife has always made more money than me. Hell, every woman I've ever dealt with, as far as intimately in serious relationships, always had more money than me. But that ain't never stopped them from respecting me and my mouthpiece as a man, ever. Because I carry myself and handle business how a man is supposed to handle it. And when you move accordingly, women will follow. It ain't got nothing to do with your pocketbook. Oh, and I also dealt with women in my tax bracket. I didn't chase a woman who lived a certain lifestyle that I knew I myself did not want nor could maintain. Because a woman can make money, but if she doesn't live a luxurious lifestyle, she wouldn't expect that on you. There's a difference between women who make a lot of money and blow because they're living a Lutz lifestyle, and women who make a lot of money and have financial literacy and financial discipline. But again, fellas, y'all are just as guilty as the women who watch pink pill content and sprinkle, listening to guys like this tell you about shit they have no clue about. Because the fact that he's speaking in terms of husband's money and wife's money instead of their money, let me know they ain't built for this shit to begin with.
What happens when a wife makes more money than her husband? Does it mess up the marriage, or does it make the marriage better? Well, recent studies show that this dynamic can cause a lot of issues. Some women become more controlling when they're the primary breadwinner, and some men feel insecure or even resentful and start questioning their role as the head of the house. So how do you keep peace and harmony in your home when the wife brings home the bigger paycheck? Now, I've counseled many couples on this issue, so let me give some advice. First to the wives and then to the husbands. For the wives, number one, always respect your husband. He may earn significantly less than you, but he is still the man you vowed to love and honor. So don't let a bigger paycheck turn into a power struggle. Number two, celebrate him as part of your success. Brag about him, give him credit where credit is due, and make sure he knows he's a part of your success. Number three, talk in terms of we, not me or mine. In other words, refer to the money you earn as our money, not my money. Your financial success should feel like a win for both of you. All right, now for the husbands. Number one, let go of the pride and stop tripping. Her making more money doesn't make you any less of a man. So don't allow her increased net worth to decrease your self-worth. Number two, be her biggest cheerleader. Your wife needs to hear that you are proud of her, so don't let insecurity stop you from giving her the praise she deserves. Remember, it's not about who makes the most money. It's about the two becoming one flesh, even in your finances.
Okay, so we've seen what people have to say about women earning more than their men and how that can affect their relationship or even affect who they date. I would love to hear your own thoughts about this topic. Do you think that when women earn more than their men, there is a possibility that the relationship, the marriage might not work out? Or do you think that the men that are triggered by their women earning more than them have fragile ego and they don't understand the concept of collaboration in a relationship? I would love to hear your own thoughts, so please leave your comments in the comment section. Now, personally, when I was watching some of what people were saying, I was just reminded of the fact that when I was younger, a lot of people used to say that if a woman is earning a lot of money, if a single woman is earning a lot of money, that she should not get a car, she should not get too many flashy things because she might not be able to see a husband on time because men will be intimidated that she has a lot of things and they will feel like they cannot deal with such person. That so yes, the woman is not supposed to splurge, she's not supposed to do things. And I always found this strange because I was like, what do you mean? If I have the money to buy a car, I should not buy a car because one man will feel intimidated. And even though maybe because I'm older and I don't listen to such nonsense, but I still see some of those kind of things in some people's comment section or some young ladies videos. Like I can remember there's a particular lady who I featured on this channel where she was talking about how much she has been spending in a month, just to be self-aware of how she's spending her money. And in one of the videos, because she spent a lot of money for a 23-year-old female in Nigeria, and in one of the video, a guy was saying that, wow, who will marry this kind of person that is spending this kind of money, that is having this kind of money, that this person will be not marriage material because she's so used to spending this kind of money and earning this kind of money. And I was like, what the heck? What if she sees someone that is much richer than her and is also on the same financial goal or pathway that she is on? Why would you in your small mind say that she cannot get married or no one will want to marry her because she's spending millions that you cannot afford as a man, you cannot earn as a man? It doesn't make sense. Now the lady, last time I checked, she has a boyfriend, and the boyfriend is in the tech world and is earning his own money. In fact, She's helping him with some of his goals. So I don't understand why some men will feel triggered by women earning a lot of money, by women having their own thing, by women doing their own thing. I know quite a lot of times when I'm saying that I want to do some things with my money, or I'm asking for my money from some people, maybe employers, or I'm just discussing money and the rest, some guys will be saying, what are you doing with your money? You are a single person. And I'm like, excuse me, I can do whatever I want to do with my money. It's none of your business if I'm earning so much money and I want to spend my money on myself. Or the times where I took myself to travel, I traveled to Dubai, South Africa, and the rest, and people were like, wow, like, what do you mean, wow? So I should not take myself out, I should not travel. Like, if I could travel every quarter, I would do that. And I just think it's a small mindset for some men to think that a woman any more than them is a big problem. I like the guy that I was talking about, the fact that his wife has been any more than him, and he has balanced his own side. Even though he's not earning as much as she is earning, but he's helping out to balance the family. He's helping out in the house. He's giving her peace of mind because she can go to her place of work knowing that he's there to take up the things that she might not be able to do when she's at work. And I feel like that's where a man that might not be any more than his spouse should actually thrive in. Because if you're not earning as much as your wife, you should not feel a particular way that you are not being a provider financially. You can provide in other ways, and she would appreciate it. Now, I know there are so many, like I said, there are so many people that believe that when a woman is earning a lot of money, the dating pool will reduce because of the mindset of some men. But then, so what happens is that such women who are earning a lot are always looking for someone who's earning more than them, so that the men don't get intimidated. I've seen a video where someone was quoting that studies have shown that a marriage where the woman is earning more than the man is more likely to end in a divorce than when the man is earning more than the woman. And I find that to be very unfortunate. I think it boils down to both the women and the men in such situation. Like, yes, there are some women that when they're earning more than their men, they get a little bit cocky, they start misbehaving and start treating the guy badly. But again, it also depends on the man. How is he acting, knowing that his woman is earning more than him? Is he always trying to belittle the woman? Is he always trying to say, oh, you should not talk to me because, is it because you're earning so much and the rest? Because I've seen cases like that where the woman is earning more than the man and still doing a lot of things in the house, and the man is still abusing the woman either physically or verbally. So personally, I feel like this scenario, this case of where women are earning more than men, and how the relationship would be, I think it boils down to the character of both parties. Both parties have to understand the situation and just complement each other, so that there is no friction just because the woman is earning more than the man. I know which way. I don't know what you guys think about this whole topic. I would love to hear your own thoughts. Do you think that when women earn more than their men, there is a chance that they are more likely to break up or have issues in their relationship? And do you also think that when women are earning a lot of money, they have to look for a man that is any more than them, so that there'll be no friction in their relationship. I would love to hear what you think about this topic, so please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, for what I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.